I canceled my wedding 3 weeks before the big day, not because I stopped loving my fiancé, but because I realized he'd never choose me over his mother. Martin and I had been together since college. We moved in after graduation, got engaged on my 26th birthday, and set our wedding date for June 15th. For 2 years, I thought I was marrying the man of my dreams, but then the red flag started. It began at Thanksgiving. His mom, Helen, made a joke about my dress being too short. I laughed it off, but later Martin pulled me aside and asked me to dress more conservatively around his family. I brushed it off, but that was the first crack. Then came my maid of honor, my best friend, Daisy. She's been with me through everything. Heartbreaks, family struggles, all of it. She's covered in tattoos, beautiful artwork that tells her story. The moment Helen found out Daisy would stand beside me at the altar, she pursed her lips. 2 days later, Martin told me his mom was worried about the photos. She thought Daisy's tattoos would look bad and suggested she cover them up. I refused, but Helen didn't stop. Christmas. She handed me a bridal magazine with dresses circled in red. I think something more traditional would suit Martin better, she said. Martin just sat there, silent. February. She criticized my family for not being able to contribute more money. Martin changed the subject instead of defending me. April. She called Martin after our catering meeting, suggesting we cut the allergy-friendly meals because apparently no one would notice if the bride couldn't eat at her own wedding, and Martin actually asked me to reconsider the menu. By May, I felt like I was planning a wedding with Helen, not with Martin. 3 weeks before the wedding, Helen came to our apartment. She saw a photo of me and Daisy on the fridge and said, "It's not appropriate to have someone so decorated standing next to you at the altar. What will the pastor think? What will people say?" I looked at Martin, waiting for him to defend me. Instead, he stared at his phone like he hadn't heard a thing. After Helen left, I confronted him. He sighed and said, "She's always pictured a certain kind of wedding for me. Can't you be flexible just this once?" Flexible, like my best. Friend's place in my wedding was negotiable. Like my feelings didn't matter. We argued for hours. I cried until my chest hurt. But his answer never changed. It's not worth upsetting her. That's when it hit me. If he couldn't stand up for me now, he never would. The next morning, while he was at work, I made my decision. I called the venue. I canceled the wedding. Then, with shaking hands, I messaged every guest. The wedding was off. When Martin came home, he exploded. "How could you make such a big decision without me?" I looked him straight in the eyes and said, "Funny, you've been making every decision for your mother, not for us. I'm just the first one to admit it." He moved out 3 days later. Sometimes, calling off a wedding isn't about losing love. It's about finding respect. Would you have gone through with a wedding, or would you have walked away like I did? Like, share, and subscribe for more real stories. And tell me in the comments, what would you have done?